Question of the Week from the Naked Scientists.
Hello and welcome to Question of the Week from the Naked Scientists with me, Diana O'Carroll. This week, just how much can you learn in your sleep?
My name is Julie Lonnie Chang and I live in Davis, California, and I have a question. My question is there any science to the companies that sells or claim that their subliminal CDs could actually alter your behavior simply by tapping into your unconscious mind?
Do these CDs work, or do they just deprive their listeners of sleep?
I'm Ian McLaren. I'm Professor of Cognitive Psychology at the University of Exeter. The answer to this question is no, but with a hint of yes to it. I'll start with the bad news, that these CDs are unlikely to be an easy way to acquire new knowledge, such as a new language, for example, before considering evidence for subliminal learning itself. Subliminal learning means learning that takes place below the normal threshold for awareness. An example would be learning a list of words by listening to them while you were asleep. If you were able to recall the words afterwards, when you were awake, then that would be evidence for subliminal learning. The problem with demonstrations of this kind, and there have been some, is that there is often insufficient control to ensure that the listener is really asleep. When these studies are done well using EEG monitoring to ensure that the subject is genuinely asleep, the results tend to be unimpressive. There is little evidence of above-chance recall of the words, so in this sense, these CDs are unlikely to work. There is, however, some evidence for a different kind of learning under subliminal conditions. Even though the listener cannot recall the words, we can show that they have had a detectable impact on them. We use a different test in which I ask you to say the first word that comes into your mind after I give you a cue word. Imagine the list you'd been exposed to contained the word traffic. If I now cue you with the word jam, you'll be quite likely to offer traffic as a response. But if the list had instead contained the word strawberry, then that would be the more likely response to my cue. This effect does seem to occur after subliminal presentation of words. Psychologists see it as an example of priming, where experience of a word makes it more accessible, more readily available in some way. But this is not new learning. It's better thought of as a modulation of memories that you already have. So I'm afraid this yes part of my answer is not likely to be terribly useful to you when it comes to acquiring new information.
So there's little evidence subliminal learning CDs will teach you all that much in your sleep. They can, however, improve your recall of certain words and associations. On the forum, we had all sorts of chat about the legislation against subliminal advertising in movies, which has been banned in some places, but for which there's little evidence of it having really significant effects. Your On wrote about backmasking in Led Zeppelin songs, perhaps suggesting that some hidden backwards phrases about Satan got them to number one. And Discover Dave said that if you can't make out the words very clearly anyway, it's unlikely your brain can make sense of them, meaning you won't be influenced. But now I shall use the power of radio to suggest that you're all hungry enough to consider this question.
Hi, my name is Harriet Dickinson from Cambridge, and I want to know, are all the calories in food actually absorbed by the body?
Can we cut a little bit off the calorie count on the back of the chocolate bar? I certainly hope so. Email your answers to chris@thenakedscientists.com or write them on the forum for us to read out at thenakedscientist.com/forum.
Question of the Week is part of the Naked Scientists podcast and supported by the EPSRC, the Wellcome Trust and UK Fast. Look us up online at nakedscientists.com.